Today I got to work on this husky named Cairo, and he's been turned away from every other groomer he's been at within just a few minutes. So he was definitely one of my toughest challenges. But the story didn't start that way. At first I thought he was just a typical husky, pretty difficult and really yappy. You can see there was no need for the muzzle at first. He even let me pet him a little bit. So the first thing I do is start with that pre-blowout. This not only helps loosen up that undercoat and remove a lot of hair, but it also gives me a good idea of how he's going to be with the dryer. Especially with a coat like a husky, that's probably the most important part. And at first he was just more yappy, but then he started to get a little snappy. Especially with his back end. As you can see, I try to get my foot to lift him up, but he's not having it. Now I'm going to have to get a muzzle on him, and some dogs just let you do it, but he definitely wasn't. This is a tough situation because if I can't get that muzzle on him, then I can't work on him. It just wouldn't be safe for him or myself. I just have to be really patient and persistent. I finally get it on him, but now it's going to be really tough to grab that other hanging strap near his mouth. So I try to poke it up with the end of this broomstick. Then I just have to go for it and hope for the best. Next up, I get him in the tub and try to desensitize him a little bit. I'm also going to get a second lead on him around his leg so it's a lot safer for him. Check out the coat. It's still a little rough, but we're getting there. And he's definitely not going to stand willingly for me, so we're going to have to get this under him to help him out. Now we're going to rinse him down. He finds a way to get back at me. I understand it though. Then we start off with that blueberry muzzle facial, get that shampoo rolling in. I felt it safer to get in there than reach around. Now we're going to brush him for 10 minutes from head to paw. And for the most part, he really only has an issue on his back end. So I'm just going to try to be extra careful and get what I can. Because this is the point of almost no return. I can't just stop him and send him home soapy and wet. So I have to make sure not to push him too far where I can't finish at least the bath safely. I even switch brushes here just to see if that'll calm him down a little bit, but clearly it doesn't. I'm showing a lot of clips, but I actually sped through this a lot quicker than normal. And he was having a bit too much slack. I didn't want him to hurt himself, so I had to hold the lead like this. Get him turned around. The lead like this controlling his head allows me to keep that tension on and stops him from thrashing and hitting his head against that tub. We'll get that last few minutes of brushing in. And at that point, I knew I had to get to that rinse down. And I'm going to keep him in the tub for the dryer as much as I can. Now for the power dryer, he starts off pretty good, at least if I'm sticking near his back. Then he starts to escalate in certain areas, especially near his chest and butt. I'm just trying to get as much water as I can off of him so I can get him out of the tub. He almost gets his muzzle off here, which is definitely not what we want. And he's escalating too much, so I just have to stop and try to get him to calm down first. I have to hold him firmly so he stops thrashing, then work my way up to that muzzle. Now we're going to get him turned around so I can get this side dry. Continue the drying on this side for as long as we safely can. I thought maybe he'd just give in at this point, but definitely not. He starts to thrash again, so that's pretty much where I'm going to call it quits. The lead goes around his leg, so we're going to have to swap that out. Once I get that on, we're going to start the brushing in the tub. He's almost completely dry except on his groin area. And of course now he gets his muzzle off, looking around at us, taking names, ready to hand out some revenge. Safe to say we just get him out of the tub into the crate. And of course he's completely chill for one of my bathers. I guess he just doesn't like the guys. And I didn't want to send him home not fully brushed, so I have his owner come in and hold him. That way I can complete his brushing after the bath. He definitely still wasn't loving it, but obviously did a lot better with that. We're able to get a good full 10 minutes of brushing. See all the hair that came out. Now we'll check out his nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out. He's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on this dog named Lita. And it's her first time here, and you can tell she's very, very nervous. So I'll take a few minutes just to try to get her to calm down and know that it's okay. See her tail tucked between her legs. She seems chill enough, so we'll start with those nails. Of course, she doesn't want to jump in the tub, so we'll use the ramp. She loses a little nugget. Take a look under, and there's the whole gold mine. Then we'll check her coat beforehand. You can see all that dust and hair coming out. Gonna take good care of that. We'll start off with that blueberry facial. We'll get that shampoo rolling in. Then I play some peekaboo. I'm just kidding, I was washing my hands. Now I'm going to use that soft rubber curry brush, get her scrubbed up from head to paw for 10 minutes. Not too much coming out yet, but I'm sure there's going to be more. Not only hair, but all that dirt you can see. And as we continue, you can see how much more hair we're getting out. Now a quick rinse down, towel dry. Then we'll move on to the power dryer, where surprisingly she does really well for it. Definitely scared, but not too bad. Then I turn it up to full blast and a little bit more scared, but we get through it. Can see how well that works even on the short-haired dogs. Once dry, we'll get that avocado mist with that rubber curry brush and these sleek easies. Gonna brush her here for another 10 minutes. Tons of hair still coming out, so we'll switch over to the de-shed brush. Now I'm just making it snow right away, some nice brown snow. And her being scared almost helps me because she's just sitting there like a rock. Last few minutes of that, and then we'll get all that hair brushed up. This is just from the 10 minutes after the bath. Now we'll get her a nice bandana and then see how happy she is. Well, she's happy on the inside. We'll check out that nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out. She's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on this old guy named Kona. He's been coming here for years, and he's definitely one of the best pups we work on. Brush his teeth, makes a friend. Now before the bath, because he's getting a de-shed, we'll do the pre-blowout. Now rinse down. We'll start off with that blueberry facial. We'll get that shampoo rolling in with the conditioner right on top. Now brush for 10 minutes, and he knows the routine. You can see I use a little bit shorter slicker for his coat. And I'll continue this process from head to paw as long as hair keeps coming out for those full 10 minutes. This is also helping work that shampoo and conditioner in a lot better than just my hands would, so he gets a lot cleaner. It can get a bit repetitive, so I like to keep things interesting. Finish up there, and we'll get him rinsed down with a quick towel dry. Now onto the power dryer. You can see how much water the lab coats hold. It's just coming right out with that. And thankfully he's very good, because this is one of the most important parts for no crazy hair coming out. Now the avocado mist with the de-shed brush. Same time limit here, 10 minutes, or maybe 15 or 20 if he really needs it. Makes it even more fun when the dog's all playful and nice. Kona definitely fits that criteria. And all that hair coming out's the dead undercoat, so he's going to feel a lot better and lighter. It can never get to the point where they stop shedding, but you try to get as close as possible. Some of my employees found a random lizard. Maybe I'll try to wash him one day. Here's all the hair after just 10 minutes. Nice bandana. Check out that nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out. He's all ready to go home.